My name is Joellen DeNoble, and I work at Responder Support Services. I became a mental health clinician after being a stay-at-home mom. I wanted to do something that would support people. I also wanted to do something that would work with the trauma, things that happen to people. When I was in my bachelor's, it became time to do a clinical rotation, an internship, and a friend of mine offered me an internship with his program, which was dealing with people with severe and persistent mental illness. And I did that, and I fell in love with that work. I became on a team for extreme hazard events, which means usually going to an island after a Category 4 or 5 hurricane. And I'm on their mass casualty team, which usually is a plane crash or an active shooter event. That's what I did in Michigan. And at one point in Michigan, I decided to move, but I loved my job, so I was looking for something similar to the job that I do. Google found me the job at Responder Support Services. When I went for my interview for Responder Support Services, the one thing that made me pack up my stuff and move was that I could tell Rick was genuine, and that motivated me to be able to make such a big change. So that was a really cool thing and a very comforting thing as well, and continues to be. I started working 3 years ago, so it was right before COVID in February. I started off being embedded in 3 agencies. I helped supervise the embedded clinicians with Greenville Sheriff's Office and Greenville EMS, and the Asheville clinicians as well. I don't like to sit in an office. I don't like the mundane part of work. We get to do fun things like go on ride-alongs. We do a lot of teaching as well within agencies, like suicide prevention, resilience training, how to de-escalate people, that type of stuff. Flexibility in a clinician is key. No day is ever the same, and I love that part. Paperwork is minimal. I also love that part. I'm going between one office and another office. Usually if I'm at another office that's out of Hendersonville, so I'll see people maybe in Asheville or Transylvania, and then I come back to Hendersonville and see people here as well. So counseling sessions are a big part. If my door is open, usually somebody's in here goofing around, laying on the couch, talking to me. We do a lot of chit-chatting. There's also a lot of people that will say, hey, there's somebody that I think needs help. How do I reach out to them? So there's a lot of doing that kind of advocacy work, as well as helping people support other people. At least once a month, if not more often, there's a debriefing that's thrown in there somewhere. I do some meetings with the clinicians from other agencies. So that's a basic week. The clients that we serve in general, for the most part, I guess would be a better way to put that, are motivated for change. So we don't spend a lot of time as clinicians getting them to that place. So treatment goes by really fast for the most part. There is a satisfaction of serving the people that serve us in our community and keeping our community healthy by keeping our first responders healthy. There's a loyalty that comes from being accepted as an embedded clinician in an agency that, especially for me, moving down here, I was worried about, and that has not been an issue at all. The places I'm embedded are like family to me, and they treat me that way, and that's definitely different. If somebody calls you or texts you, you need to see them right away. The window of opportunity for them to be vulnerable is really small. My schedule is really flexible, and I tend to do that. Like, I'll see you on a weekend. I saw somebody on New Year's Day. I'll see you in the evening, whatever works out, at least so we can get it established and figure out what your goals are and what your needs are. So that's a little different, because other clinicians will book out like 3 weeks. Our people can't wait 3 weeks. There are other clinicians that understand the clinical needs of the people we serve. Rick and the other clinicians are a great resource if you're stuck on somebody else. So we're all working with the same population, so that's very helpful. I personally know that some people are alive because of RSS. They actually say that, and so we know that to be true. I believe that RSS has saved marriages, kept people out of substance use dependency, kept them from ruining their lives and killing themselves. And I don't know what other greater gift you could give to a community other than that. It's definitely fulfilling for me. I enjoy my clients a lot, and they get me, which is nice too. I also come from a first responder family. I have a son that's a sheriff deputy right now. I was married to a police officer for 20 years. My grandfather was the chief of police. My uncle was the sheriff of the county. And my sister-in-law is a police officer. The idea to serve people like people in my family was very intriguing to me. It's fulfilling because the people we serve really appreciate us as well. So knowing that you have meaning is very fulfilling, and that you're appreciated and loved.